Good morning. Welcome to the QCIS channel, where you get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. My name is Leon Jones, and I'm going to give you a field operation. This is going to be a live field operation here in the city of Frankfort, Indiana, where the contractor is working on fixing a leak. Now, the road is State Route 28, and I'm just going to show you some equipment. Now, what you have is a Caterpillar. That is a track hoe. Call it track hoe because it sits on a track. And what I'm doing, I'm walking to the site. Now, over the weekend, the contractor was working on some pipe. The pipe had a leak. Now you see that blue hose. Now you can't see the pipe, but it's running into the pipe. This is where he did the test. Now, you could also see down here, there is some pipe that they were digging up. Now, let me show you the testing and how they found the leaks. Now again, I'm giving you a walk, and this is live, folks. This is live. And this is the only channel where you're going to get some walk and talk when it comes to real construction field operations. Now, what I'm doing, I'm also inspecting to make sure that the traffic control is put in right. And I'm gonna probably scare some people by walking out there in the road. Now, let's show you some utilities out here. Okay, down below, that's a water meter. All right, now let me show you something. You can see the pipe. You can see a couple of meters. Now, you see that hose that's running into the pipe? It's cast iron pipe. That was done for the test. Now, the test was a leak test. And when they put new pipe in, they usually run tests on it for leaks. Now, if you look at it right here, here's the hose. All right. Now, you see at the end, there's a red lever. Pull this red lever. What happens? Water comes through, get a reading on this pipe. Now, on this pipe, you have a meter that has PSI. It goes from 50 PSI to 300 PSI. That's your pressure. Pressure is always done with pounds per square inch. Now, you can actually see the tape, the caution tape, because everything has to be roped off. When there's a hole, you can see the pipe. Now, you can also see fire hose, different utilities. Now, I'm gonna go down here and get a little dirty as I'm checking to make sure that everything is stabilized out here. There's a guy, he's running around with a skid steer. Bobcat. Now again, my job out here is to make sure that the contractor is building the project according to plans and specifications. Now, part of the operation, it's not just the field scope, it's the documentation. Also checking to make sure that the materials are stored right. I'm walking right along the road. Like I'm getting ready to inspect to make sure that the rebar here, it's this metal bar, is off the ground. It's a little rusty. but it's off the ground. You don't want your rebar to sit on the ground. Now again, there's an even better shot of pipe with the hose. It's 12-inch pipe. This is the contractor. Get ready to lift the rebar. It's like they're getting ready to place something. Now, doing inspection work can be a monotonous job or it could be a challenging job. Well, my job out here is to make sure that everything is safe. And I'm going to show you some items out here in the field that you're going to see when you are inspecting construction work. First of all, I'm going to go over documentation. Documentation is very important. Why is documentation very important? Because documentation is a record of what takes place in the field. And when you document your operations properly, and there's a disagreement with a payment out here, or you have to go to legal in case the contractor files a claim. Some of them do. You have a record. Now let me show you a rough record of what I did. Now here's what I did on Friday. This is a rough record. This is my chicken scratch right here. Well, what I did, I named the date, the weather, and what went on and where it went on. Now today, it's a little different. I've already listed the men and materials, because basically they're digging. Now I'm going to go ahead and enter an entry right now. The contractor is checking for leaks. That's the entry that I put in today. Checking for leaks. Now let me show you some other aspects of the job that you need to know. Okay. Right here is plans. You need to understand plans and specifications when you're doing inspection work. This is signal detail. Now also, we actually enter these reports in the computer, but we keep paper reports as well. It's called an inspector's daily report, known as an IDR. Now, let me get you an IDR that's already typed up, because I'm giving you a blank IDR. One that's already done with everything filled out, if I can do it. It's very, very windy out here. And here in Indiana, the weather is very, very, it's challenging. Okay. Let me show you something else too. Have my hand. That is called a concrete report. In case we take slump, we take air, we take yield. This is a record of what's taken. When you pour concrete or you put asphalt down, you have to test it to make sure that it meets the specifications. Okay, now, here is an actual example of a filled out, typed IDR, Inspector's Daily Report. You had your inspector, hours worked, contractor, workable hours, weather, degrees, date the operation took place, was it sunny, was it rainy, and then you have your list of equipment. What was used and what was just on site. And then you have your location of where the operation took place. Conduit, steel, galvanized took place. Signal. So they were building a signal structure. So they had to place concrete for a signal structure. Now, some other items that you need to note when you are doing inspection work, because we're actually, as inspectors, going to report quantities. And let me find my quantity sheet. Just bear with me. Again, I'm dealing with wind out. And here is a list of my quantities. Each operation. This is the proposal, the NDOT proposal. This is what happens if the job is not completed on time. Liquidated damages. I actually thought I had quantities out here too. Oh, something you need to understand. The pipe is ductile iron pipe. And this is a leakage sheet. This is what is allowed to be leakage after test. So what happened was the testing that was completed on Saturday, it didn't meet the specifications. And again, I have to document everything. I wasn't here on Saturday, but knowingly, I know what has to be done when it comes to an operation. And it takes experience. Also takes an eye for detail to do this type of job. Now again, don't have my quantity sheets out there. When I go over the, I'll do another video. I'll go over the quantities, because everything when it comes to the contractor is paid in quantities. Again, what I'm showing you is a basic field inspection and construction operation that takes place. Now, follow me. I'm gonna continue to walk down here. You're gonna see how close I get to the road here. All right, going down there to a second field operation. And I'm one inspector that doesn't drive the site, I walk the site because I like to see what's going on. And I'm gonna really get close to the road. Okay, I'm walking in a new part of the road, all the way down. It's much easier. You can see it. I have my safety vest on. You can see the barrels out here. And I'm checking all the holes here to make sure that everything is properly taped up for safety reasons. And again, you can see the pipe right there. That hose coming out of that pipe, that was where they did the leak test. Let me show you some other utilities. Right here, you have an inlet, or we call it catch basin. This is for all of your storm water. Here, normally, this is a utility box for, I call it duct. Now, you run your wire right through pipe. Looks like it's aluminum. This is what they put in for traffic signals. Let's go down a little further. We get closer to the road here. Okay, you see all that orange is marked? It's utilities. Play a little hopscotch. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure that everything is being built to specifications, and as an inspector and other personnel, safety is all of our jobs. You have to practice good safety, and you have to look at each and every item. Right here, sticking up, it's a water meter. You also have PVC pipe. As I'm walking, you see a lot of new utilities. Again, there's pipe, there's fire hydrants. I'm checking everything out. We're going to go down and look at more operations. It's very important that you understand how construction works. Now, you see this hole right here? There's a little bit of water in that hole. Right here, this is called corrugated plastic pipe. It's like 18 inches in diameter. They use that for storm drain as well. Now I'm gonna take you a little further down. You see, make sure the dirt's not, or the soil is not contaminated. And we're going to walk around. I'm just looking at all the equipment here. Now I'm going to cross the street and see what's going on here. Getting to it. All right, I'm crossing the street. See what's going on. Now right here, you see this is a piece of equipment. This is a track hoe. It's not being used. They're putting in utilities. And I'm gonna walk right across the street again. Now you see a construction operation taking place. Getting in the trenches here. So the contractor, they're digging holes. They're digging holes because the pipe had a leak. Again, that's what this operation is. They're trying to fix the leak, because once they restore the pipe, after they found out a leakage, they're going to have to leak test it again. And of course, there has to be a certain number. Now, we'll go here and see what's going on. Hear me ask a few questions here. All right. There's the pole. Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Morning.
What's happening here?
Digging up some water, man.
Digging it? Yeah, I heard. They're doing it down near the church as well.
Oh no, we're doing for the new meter pits. We're doing the 3/4 inch tap. We're going to the new meter pit.
Okay.
They're trying to find their leak.
Yes. And you see, always say hello to the guys out here in the field. Like to see what's going on. And that's another thing. When being out here, you have to pay close attention to what's going on. If you don't pay attention to what's going on, you're not going to know what's happening. Then you won't know if the contractor is actually doing the work according to plans and specifications. Now again, you see everything is taped up correctly with caution tape. The biggest issue when it comes to construction is to eliminate hazards. You have a number of trips, slips, and falls on horizontal construction, which is road construction. And again, it's my job, just like everyone else's job, to make sure that the project is being built to specifications. You can see the operation taking place. You can see the track hoe in action. You can see that everything is properly mounted for safety. So that concludes this video on construction operations and utility inspections, because that's what it is. It's a utility inspections from the QCIS channel. Here on this channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, if you're looking for some of the more lively social content, you can check out the 401 Talk Zone radio show on YouTube. Again, like, share, and subscribe to that channel as well. Now, if you cannot find me on YouTube, you can always check out the 401 Talk Zone radio show on Twitter. You can check out the QCIS channel on Twitter. And I go a little further with the QCIS channel, since it's dealing with science, technology, engineering, and math, and a career in STEM. You can also check me out on LinkedIn. And once again, thank you for listening to the QCIS channel. On this channel, you get a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious day.